Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So if you are struggling with your ball striking, whether it be for your irons or your driver, then I have the perfect drill that you can start trying that will instantly improve your ball striking and get your body sequenced correctly. So the most common thing that I see with so many players that come in for lessons is just their inability to hit the same spot on the face. They're always hitting it on the toe, near the heel, even thinning it. People even have a lot of trouble getting the club head to interact with the ground. I know that a lot of people have different issues and there's many different reasons as to why people have poor ball striking. But if there was one drill that I could give someone that they could use or always fall back to, it would be this drill that I'm about to share with you. So the idea behind this drill may sound fairly simple, but all this drill requires you to do is you're going to take the club halfway back, pretty close to when the lead arm is parallel with the ground, and all you got to do is hit it hard, but you're going to try and stop your hands, arms, and club as quickly as you can and as early as you can. All right. So the drill would look something like this. Okay. Now, it may seem pretty simple to perform, but you'll be surprised at how difficult it is for a lot of people. Now, when people do perform this drill, I see them really bending their arms and they actually swing the club a lot further than what's required. If you are able to perform this drill, it's going to teach you so many things at one time. So one of the most important things it could teach you is how to manage the overall radius of the swing. So that's when the lead arm and the shaft kind of form a straight line. Kind of that's the longest point. It'll also teach you how to unload the angle between the shaft and the lead arm the correct amount. Okay, so you can do that and just stop really quickly after you strike it. Okay, you'll be able to manage where you're striking the ground. So I even get players without a golf ball to try and hit the same spot in the mat. Okay, sometimes I would actually make a little mark on the mat and just have them try and strike it over and over and over again. There's a few checkpoints that I like to ensure that they hit when doing this. One is that after they strike it, right, their head will still stay behind the golf ball. Most of their weight is kind of on the lead side. You can see my hip is forward, okay? And if they can stop right here, that'll actually force them to have their body rotated a certain amount and their upper body kind of bent backwards, right? Now, another mistake that I see is that people get their arms really separated away from their body, so you see a lot of space between the armpits and their kind of torso. So I always tell people to keep their armpits really, really tight together like that and not have kind of their club kind of thrown out in front of them like that. So if you can do this and keep the space between your armpits really, really tight, okay, that'll actually get you to have to bend backwards a bit more. And for some beginners, I even take this drill a step further. Or I can break it down into more steps. But what I would have them do is I would have them take the club back to halfway and pause. Then I would have them push their weight to the lead side, okay? Just a little bit, nothing crazy, but they'll break it down into kind of three steps. So they'll do one step here up to the parallel with the ground. Step two would be they'd shift their weight kind of about 70% on the lead side or 80% on the lead side, and then they're just going to maintain their weight there and do this and perform the drill. Hit it hard and stop quick. So sometimes when players get really good at this drill, I even encourage them to play this way, and they're very, very shocked as to thinking that they have to finish further or they're only finishing halfway, so they look pretty funny. A lot of the times when players do this drill, they're actually following through much further than they think. Okay, so when they feel as though they're stopping here, I actually see them kind of stopping almost 3/4 of the way through or halfway through like this. And there's just a lot of good players on tour that finish that way with their second shots into par fours, things like that. So if I just did that for you quickly, you'll be shocked at how far you can hit it. And so I mean, I only went halfway back there. I hit that shot 168 yards. Now that was only like a half swing, but if players actually did, maybe a 3/4 finish and more of a fuller backswing, they can hit it pretty good if their contact is actually very nice. So that was 185 yards. and I didn't finish all the way back. So that just goes to show you that you really don't have to follow through with the club wrapped around your head or have really excessive turn in the finish as well. A lot of people can actually play this way, and what's surprising to a lot of people is when they feel this, they actually end up kind of being almost at a three-quarter finish, kind of looking something like this. And they always ask me if they should finish further or longer, but I always tell them that that's really not necessary. There's a lot of players on tour that when you see them hitting their second shots into the green, they're always kind of stopping, kind of like three-quarters this way, right? It's not super necessary to have the club really wrap around your head or for you to have a crazy amount of turn like that. So I encourage everyone that when they try this drill to get really good at it, to try and apply it on the golf course, and I think you'll have a lot of surprising results. All right, thanks so much for watching. So if you have any questions about this drill, you can leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think as well. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram at Jonathan K. Moss if you want to inquire about online lessons. I will leave a link to my website in the description box below, and see you guys next week.